Well, I feel official that I'm standing behind the legendary Coach Lane Kiffin's podium today. I thought that me being in my locker room standing in front of my team was nerve wracking, but this is pretty exciting to see all these seats. And now it makes me wonder what it's like when he's talking a bunch in front of a bunch of like big dudes. So it's pretty cool, and bowl game coming up and sets the tone, and just really glad that we have another chance to play before we go home for the break, and then one more game before we start SEC play.
Guess how has this stretch been? Y'all have
Mm,
kind of had some downtime,
yeah.
obviously for exams, but just the way the schedule is to kind of maybe refocus, reset after the start of the month.
Yeah, this has been great for us. So we call this our winter training camp, where we just have a chance to really focus on ourselves. We've played a brutal schedule. There's that's not my opinion. That's what the numbers say, and hopefully it'll pay off. Obviously, we wanted to win, all of those games. But in hindsight, when you look at it, you saw an NC State team go on the road and win their first conference game versus a Louisville team by 40, and then you're seeing what UConn's doing to everybody and SC, and then like out of the two of the three of those games, like we really had a chance to win, is very encouraging. Encouraging. So we've been kind of just taking it one day at a time, looking at us more than the opponents, and just focusing on what we can be better at.
I know you've talked about the importance of having KK Deans back.
Hmm.
Is she 100% right now, or is that just the rest?
Yeah.
It's just trying to get her ready for SEC play.
Well, I mean, KK is 100% as far as like being back for sure. Is she playing her best basketball? When you hear me say 75%, that's what I mean. I don't think she's playing her best basketball, but physically, I mean, she's back, and this is who she's going to be. So, really, my decision to bring her off the bench was more so just to give us a different look, to have more of a defensive minded start. KK can score automatically. It also gives us a chance to have something coming off the bench that we can trust and feel comfortable with, especially to guide the second unit. And it seems like it's been working out fine.
What do you need to see over these last couple of non-conference games headed into SEC play?
Well, one of the things that is a concern for me is just our conditioning. I want us to be in shape, but I don't want us to peak early. So it's kind of like, yo, what do you really want? Do you you want us to play in shape, or you want to be in shape? And there's some happy medium out there for coaches that we all strive to get. And then just the little things. When we play these type games, it's really every game in the non-conference. It's more about us than the opponent. Now once we get into January and we go on the road, it's going to be about the opponent. But right now, it's really about us. So what I'm looking to see is just the things that we show them in film, the things that we talk to them about on a daily basis. It translating every single day, and then hopefully during the game.
That was kind of similar to the question I was going to ask, but
Mhm.
more specifically, you talked about some of those games you'll play with Boston College, UConn, and
Yeah.
USC. In what ways do you feel like your team, you know, is the most prepared, I guess you'd say, for conference play, and how
Yeah.
have you seen that play out just over the last few weeks?
Well, here's the thing: when you have an opportunity to play 2-5 and like another top 25 team on the road, like we hadn't had a home game versus a P4 team yet. So we've been on the road, which is perfect because we start our first two conference games on the road. So for me, my focus is pretty much just getting our team to not feel all the way defeated because, at the end of the day, we've played a pretty tough schedule and have been right in those games. So just getting them to understand that this is going to pay off for when we get into conference play. All we have to do is learn from these lessons, the lessons that if we had played more of a relaxed schedule, we wouldn't have learned until we got into conference play. And I just think this year in the Southeastern Conference with the new conference alignments, conference games will matter more than ever before. You know, the SEC is loaded, and I think we could get anywhere from 10 to 11 teams in. And so that means every single night you're going to play someone that can be an NCAA tournament team. And luckily for us, we've played against some of the best in the country, and hopefully it'll pay off, especially when we're in our own gym. Thank you.